Hi, my name is Isabella Sanchez. I'm a senior in nutrition science. My cultural background is that I was born in Colombia, South America, in the city of Armenia, and my family is from Cartago, both sides of my family. Really popular foods in my culture are based around rice, plantains. We eat a lot of chicken, and it's very typical for foods to include a lot of spices such as cumin, oregano, cilantro, red chili pepper. We love onions, and tomatoes is a huge basis for many of our dishes. Avocados as well. We eat a lot of avocado. If I had to pick one dish that could describe my culture, it would be bandeja paisa. It's a lunch/dinner dish. It's a really, really big plate, and it has white rice, which we cook with salt and olive oil to give it a lot of flavor, and it comes with red kidney beans, and then on top we put a fried egg, and on the side you can either pick steak or carne molida, which is our version of ground beef, but we make it a little bit differently with cilantro, egg, cumin, oregano. And then you get chorizo as well, which is Colombian sausage, and plátano, plantains, sweet plantains. And you also get an avocado as well. And it's just a combination of a lot of different flavors, and the fried egg, when you break into it and it just spills all over your rice, is the best thing. Also, we eat it with an arepa, which is the Colombian version of a Mexican tortilla. It's thicker and made of, it's a corn-based flour, and we put butter and salt on it. And when you eat it with lunch and dinner, you don't put cheese on it. But if you eat it in the mornings with your breakfast, you would put cheese and eating it with an egg. Some more of our food-related customs is you always serve every meal with either coffee, agua panela, which is sugarcane hot tea. You process the sugarcane, and then once it's hardened, you boil it into water, and it's a very sweet drink, and we drink it like tea. And if you're not drinking coffee or agua panela, you serve the meal with some sort of fruit beverage. Jugo de lulu, I have no idea how to say that in English, but it's like a green, tangy fruit that's almost a little bit sour. We also have jugo de papaya, papaya juice, many other juices. There's so many juices to choose from in Colombia that are naturally made there, so absolutely delicious. If you were trying to find authentic Colombian food in Raleigh, unfortunately, I have yet to find a Colombian bakery. If you're ever in Charlotte, please go try Los Paisas, which is a Colombian restaurant. It's delicious, and the name is a play on where I'm from in Colombia. We are Paisa, our district, that's what we are, versus if you're from Cali or Caleños, Medellin, they have a different name to refer you to. It's amazing. You can get lunch, breakfast, dinner. Such good food. And we also have a lot of Colombian bakeries in Charlotte. One of them is Mis Delicias Colombianas. And Colombians are very known for their bakeries. We eat a lot of baked breakfast delicacies, buñuelos. It's like a fried cheese ball, but I wouldn't say cheese in the sense of like stringy cheese. It's just like a powdered cheese that gets mixed into the dough, and you can taste it when you bite into it. Or pan de queso, which is, instead of fried, it's baked, but almost the same flour consistency. And empanadas. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of empanadas. Colombians, our typical empanadas is made with meat and potatoes, and guiso, which is a mixture. It's like a mixture of onions, tomatoes, and you saute it into the meat, and it's just like this juicy meat patty combination inside a fried little bread crusted outer shell. Absolutely delicious. In Raleigh, though, the closest thing I could find to Colombian food is Guasaca. It's a Venezuelan arepa place. So their arepas are pretty similar to ours, except for Venezuelans, they put meat and chicken and other stuff inside of their arepas, so you eat it kind of like a burger almost, which is different from us, but it's still really good food, and the arepa is kind of the same, so that's the closest thing I could get to it. But we don't eat our arepas that way, but it is pretty authentic Venezuelan food. Fortunately, I have yet to find a good Colombian place here in Raleigh. But common misconceptions about Colombians. Unfortunately, a lot of times when I tell people I'm Colombian, the first thing they like to start the conversation off with is Pablo Escobar and the cocaine industry. And while that was a huge part of not only Colombian history, but as well as American history, it's not something that my mother's generation appreciates talking about because it did bring a lot of turmoil to our country. So it's kind of unfortunate that that's one of the first things that people like to talk to us about. Our country's known for a lot of other amazing things besides that. Manuel Belkin Pantarroyo was the first one to attempt to create a synthetic vaccine for malaria, and he's Colombian. We are the country with the most diversity in flowers and birds. If you've ever been, you see how beautiful it is. We are the #1 country in quality of coffee. Brazil is second to us. They produce more coffee than us, but our quality of coffee is better than theirs. We are about one of the leading countries in nanotechnology science, and we also have Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which is a Colombian novelist and screenwriter and journalist who won the Nobel Prize for literature for short stories and novels in the 1990s. We also export and mine some of the most beautiful and high-quality emeralds in the world. They're called gotas de aceite, which means drops of oil. They're absolutely beautiful. And so there are a lot of amazing things about Colombia, the country, the people. My mom says that every year we come up on the list of some of the most happiest people in the world. I think Colombians are really friendly and genuine, and every time I go, I feel more at home, even though I don't get to go back a lot. So it's nice to be able to talk about other things besides Pablo Escobar and the cocaine industry. So I try to bring those topics up more when people want to relate more to my culture. But anyways, yeah, that's me and my culture and my heritage.